Hello, YouTube. This is Heartless
So we all show up at my
Romantics.
dad's house, and I'm the oldest kid, so I got to plan the funeral, and I don't want to do it by myself. So I take my brother and sister down to the funeral home, and my sister Shannon sitting on my right, my brother Dave's on my left, and funerals make a lot of money because I'm sitting in front of an $8,000 mahogany desk. The guy's got a $3,000 suit, $85 haircut, perfect funeral guy, and he goes, "Mr. Titus, we are so sorry for your loss." Did your father have any specific wishes on how he wanted to be buried? And I look at my sister, and before I can say a word, she goes, "You tell him." And the guy knew I had a TV show, so he showed me the most expensive caskets to make. The guy shows me a $17,000 platinum casket with a DVD player in it. Why? I'll tell you why, because I went, "What?" In the little lid that they opened to view it, they put a headrest monitor thing. It's a big one, about this big, and you can play a tribute video to the person in the casket while they're laying in the casket. And all I can think is, my God, my family's going to so fight over that DVD player. And I said, "That's nice, but my dad didn't want to be buried in something metal. Or wood." Do you have something, corrugated? Pardon me, sir, cardboardy Excuse me, cardboard. My father said he wanted to be buried in a cardboard box, and the man had obviously never heard this sentence before because his face went into an epileptic seizure. Frankly, it looked like he tasted butt. And my brother Dave tries to help. My brother Dave goes, "Hey, not like a refrigerator box, something nice." And my sister losing, "He loves cardboard." And you ever tell somebody something they didn't want to hear, so they decide you didn't say it? He pushes the expensive casket book aside, takes out the Walmart casket book, and starts flipping through that now. And I'm going, "No, no, no." We get down to the cheapest casket you can buy, which is basically a slat crate with Home Depot burned in the side of it. And I got pissed. I said, "Look, my father said he wanted to be buried in a cardboard box. Then we'll talk about the cover charge." And he slams the book and he goes, "Fine. I can give you a rental casket." And my brother Dave says, "Who brought it back?"
Oh, shit.
Which is a genius question, by the way. But the guy gets the butt-tasting look on his face again. And he goes, "No, we have caskets for situations like these." Looking at me like, cheapest bastard in the world situation. The end of the casket opens up. You take your father, put him in a cardboard liner, slide him in, and close the end on him. So now my dad's in this huge Pez dispenser. Great. And we had the funeral. My dad's best friend came up to me after. He said, "Titus, that was the best or worst funeral I have ever been to." Because number one, it was packed to the wall, standing room only. We made about $2,200 on the door. And everyone got up and told an honest story about my dad, not some bullshit, "This was the greatest man ever." Here's one of the actual stories from my dad's funeral. They used to go houseboating with a bunch of firemen every year up in Northern California, and they'd get drunk all day and sleep on top of the houseboat at night. Well, at night, instead of using the head in the boat, they'd pee off the top of the boat. But one night, my dad gets up 8 times, hammered, pees off the top of the boat. They all get up the next morning, look where my dad had been peeing. All night, my father had been peeing off the top of the houseboat into the driver's seat of his own boat. That's a beautiful story, isn't it, lady? It's great. It's like he's here right now, isn't it? And there was 10 of those stories. And so here was the funeral. Hysterical laughter, weeping. Hysterical laughter, weeping. And it was beautiful and offensive and perfect and wrong. And then it was over, and everybody went home, and it was just me and my dad. So I peed on him. But now I'm freaked out because I got to find a hooker. And if I'm going to ask for the normal stuff, it's going to be weird, but I'm getting out of the car in an alley, you know, I get the whole family getting behind me, everybody's crying, I'm holding an urn and a douche bottle. Lola, is it? Yeah, we were something a little freaky. And I couldn't go through with it. I called my brother and sister. We had a no-douche meeting, whatever you want to call. And I said, no, we're not doing this. Plus, we still wanted to honor my father, right? So here's what we did. We took half his ashes, spread them in various Victoria's Secret dressing rooms around the country. Took the rest of his ashes from the Caesar's Palace in Lake Tahoe, Nevada, because my dad was a huge gambler. He was one of those dads with a little quarter jug, and when the jug got a top full of quarters, he'd take his little jug to the casino, and, you know, and take like 10 grand out of the bank. And casinos have a lot of rules. One of the rules is do not spread your father's ashes amongst the casino patrons. So my brother, my sister, and I walk into Caesar's Palace, 7 p.m. Saturday evening, pockets full of dad. And I walk straight to the back of the casino where they got that aisle that goes all the way across, and I start walking down, and I start flipping out my father. Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound.
And I get to the end of the aisle thinking I'm cool, nobody saw. I look back, I'm leaving a contrail of smoke behind me, like I'm a jeep going across the Kalahari Desert. And the whole casino's kind of looking at me, and I have a TV show on the air at the time. Is that Titus? Is he on fire? What distracted everyone is my sister Shannon, who's way crazier than me. She takes a handful of my father, walks to a packed blackjack table, slaps her hands together, and goes, magic dust! And now there's a cloud. And the pit bosses start walking over, and I'm stuck to the carpet, man. This is the weirdest thing I've ever been involved in. I've been involved in some pretty weird shit. And I couldn't move. I was just frozen. I thought I was having a stroke because my heart was pounding, and all of a sudden all sound went away, and all I could hear is my father hysterically laughing. And I felt him, and I knew he was there because the cloud settled, and parts of him dropped into people's drinks. He gave me a sign because the dealer was right in front of me, pulled a blackjack, and the whole table lost. Oh my God, he's here right now. That's what happened to him every time. That's why I went to community college.
Yeah.
So we all show up at my dad's house, and I'm the oldest kid, so I got to plan the funeral, and I don't want to do it by myself. So I take my brother and sister down to the funeral home, and my sister Shannon sits on my right, my brother Dave's on my left, and funerals make a lot of money.
Okay, it started to replay there. Anyway, that is Christopher Titus, one of my favorite comedians. And he's pretty much one of the few comedians that I can really relate to when it comes to a stand-up act. Yo, Chris, I don't mean to abuse your material or anything or take advantage of you. Merely trying to let people know that this is some of the stuff that I find hilarious. If this bothers you, hit me up with a comment when you find this video or something. Yeah, dude, your shit rocks. And a little shout out to all my buddies on Facebook, John Hopkins.